Hey, what's up everybody? This is The Bread Show. Thank you for clicking on this video. Hit that like button and that subscribe button and let's get straight to it. Hope you enjoy. So yeah, I'm here scrolling on a weekend afternoon in March and I get this notification that Budokai Tenkaichi 4 is in early development and will come out at some point. But why should I care? Why is that important to me? Why is that important to Dragon Ball? You guys have Fighter Z, Kakarot, Xenoverse. Why is Budokai Tenkaichi 4 different? Because that game from 2005 was crazy. That game from 2006, crazy. All-encompassing stories that had everything from Fusion to Android 8. Everything about Dragon Ball was in that game. From Z to GT and even a little bit of Dragon Ball. That game was a masterful game. Not only an anime game or a Dragon Ball game, but a masterful video game in general. While some fighters have only 20 to 30 characters in their fighting list, this game had 100 characters and 161 different forms in that three games. And the crazy character list is just the beginning of it. You could fuse characters, you could upgrade characters, and there was at least 3 costumes for each, and some characters like Goku had like 20 costumes. Dragon Ball is a crazy big universe and it expands years. So to have characters like King Piccolo, Arale, Yajirobe, Roshi, Android 8 in their games, and mind you, they were correctly power scaled too. But what is it about this game that made it so impactful the first time it came around? Well, the thing is, Dragon Ball started in 1984. That's when the original Dragon Ball started. And Dragon Ball Z, that debuted in 1989 and ended in 97. Even Dragon Ball Z Kai is getting old because that came out in 2011. And if you were to go back and watch those shows, especially Z and Dragon Ball, you would see how dated those shows are. There's certain episodes where all they do is just scream. There's certain side quests that really aren't important to the story. And the pacing is a lot slower when you compare it to things like Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen today. And this game, what made it really special is the fact that it covered everything. And it covered everything in 3 games. Me personally, I had Budokai Tenkaichi 2 for the Wii growing up. And that covered the whole story. And that's how I learned the structure of Dragon Ball before even reading the manga or anything like that. Because to be honest with you, catching the show every Saturday to find out the progression of the Namek saga and all the other sagas, it can get cumbersome. So basically, the story was all encompassing, covering things from Z to GT even. And it even had the movies. Android 13, Lord Slug, Broly, and even the Pilaf gang was in that game. Not only did they capture all the movies and all the characters, but that game captured the spirit of the original show with using the same voice actors for a lot of them, sound effects, and music. And the narrator too. But the main thing that people remember and love about that game is the crazy character catalog. Every fighter had their own unique skills, not only for the character, but also for the form that they were in at that point in the story. And like I said before, the power scaling was immaculate. You could feel how slow Yajirobe was, how Roshi couldn't fly and Arale couldn't do anything. But when Super Saiyan Gohan went Super Saiyan 2, you definitely felt that because he got faster and stronger and was the fastest character at the game at that point in the story. And this game was so detail oriented. This Wii game, this Nintendo Wii game, this PS2 game had destructive environment physics in their games. That was crazy back in 2005. Certain characters are just bigger than other characters because of scaling and everything, like Broly or Grade 8 Vegeta or Grade 8 Raditz and Nappa, which they added in that game. But certain characters who were smaller than them, if you fought the Grade 8 or fought Broly, the bigger character wouldn't flinch at the smaller character's punches, and understandably so. But if you went Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3 with Goku later on in the story, they would actually start reacting to the punches and start flying through the map. The costumes were so story accurate. If you saw Gohan in one costume in the Namek saga and didn't think that he would be in that costume again, he would be in that costume again as an available fighter. They had Gohan in the Saiyan outfit, but then also Gohan in the Saiyan outfit with long hair. All the fighters, villains, anti-heroes, whatever, they all had hidden abilities, every single last one of them. Kind of like Android 18 or Android 17 or any of the other androids for that matter. They could recharge ki without charging. And they couldn't charge anyways, even if they wanted to. The only way that they build up ki is by doing nothing. I keep saying this because I cannot stress this enough. They had every character imaginable. I'm talking about from cool characters like Cooler and Neo Cooler to Mr. Satan. And if two characters had backstory in the beginning of a match, they would actually share some dialogue that was pertinent to the story. As a kid, I definitely loved collecting all the ones from obscure characters like Trunks and Piccolo. Oh, you're Vegeta's son from the future. Oh, I didn't think you would be with Bulma, or something like that, I don't know. And the difficulty from the developers to be not only include that many fighters in a game, but also to be able to fuse them and make different fighters, that was crazy. You could also mess up the fusions. So technically, Fat Gotenks and Skinny Gotenks was in the game also. Some of the beloved features about this game that made it so popular in the mid-2000s is kind of what got dropped in games like Xenoverse and Kakarot. And Xenoverse and Kakarot were two different type of Dragon Ball games, but to have a game like Budokai Tenkaichi back and hopefully bring back all of those little things that they would add, that would be crazy amazing. I almost forgot about the maps. Let's talk about the maps real quick. The maps were crazy. There was almost every one available to you that you could possibly think of. It was in the game. And not only was it in the game, but the maps were huge. Planet Namek was actually big as shit. Planet Vegeta was huge. They had Planet Namek and then they had Destroyed Planet Namek. There were two different maps. And the PlayStation 2 and the Wii were great consoles, but to fit that all on those consoles and the consoles that we have right now in current gen, think about all the possibilities that could come out with the new Budokai Tenkaichi 4. This game was just filled to the brim with so many features. We didn't even get to the campaign mode where there was an open world. Wait. An open world with findable Dragon Balls that you could take back to Baba's palace and use them. Baba is not even a character that's relevant to the story of Dragon Ball anymore. She was last relevant in the Buu saga for like the day that she brought back Goku from death. And I'm pretty sure that was a power that people had mostly forgotten about Baba. But she's in the game too, and she's an important character. The game also had what if moments. Like what I was saying before. What if Raditz turned into a great ape? What if Nappa turned into a great ape? Would they be able to talk? And what if they teamed up? And what if you had to fight two great apes at the same time? The Dragon Ball games that came out in recent years, Kakarot brought the Dragon Ball Z franchise to current gen consoles and last gen also. And Xenoverse lets you insert yourself into a totally new Dragon Ball story that kind of dealt with time travel and a whole bunch of Trunks stuff. And those two games were great, respectively. I really liked them and I really enjoyed them. What made Xenoverse great was the fact that you could make whatever Dragon Ball character you wanted, which is what fans have been asking for a very long time. What Kakarot brought was, it just retold the story in a nice new way. But what Budokai Tenkaichi brought was, if you were a fan of Dragon Ball, no matter where you stopped watching, wherever, if you didn't know, whether you were not a fan, whether you just want to learn about, they had everything in there for you. What I expect out of this new Tenkaichi Budokai,
Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi
Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi Budokai.
Let's give it our best
What
shot.
I expect out of this new Tenkaichi Budokai 4 is everything. Every character, maybe not every character, but a long list of characters, a long list of maps. Things just shouldn't be missing from the game. It would even be amazing if they had more Dragon Ball stuff in there, because Dragon Ball wasn't as big as a feature for the 1, 2, and 3 games. So that would be cool too. I know they're leaning towards Super, which is understandable, Super Saiyan Blue and all that stuff, but in this game, I should know the story of Super and all of the little side stories and everything that goes along with it. Nothing should be left out of this game. Everything should be added, from the Pilaf game to Goku Black. And I know we referenced before how Fighter Z had, a limited character like arsenal, and that's understandable for a 2D side-scrolling fighting game that's similar to Mortal Kombat, because each character needs a long list of combos. So to have 100 characters in a game like that just wouldn't make sense, because every character would have a short list of combos, or they would be skipping corners and stuff like that. But in this game, the list of combos for each character probably does get shorter, but it doesn't matter because every character is going to be in there. One thing that I did like about Kakarot was Kakarot brought in the original Dragon Ball series, and they had little notes in the game that I really enjoyed finding, looking for, and reading once I got to them. And they had a lot of them. And those little notes alluding to the Dragon Ball original series is the closest that Dragon Ball has gotten to a modern video game in a very long time. I mean, I know there's Dragon Ball Advanced Adventures, but it's nothing like a 3D fighter like Kakarot or, hopefully, Budokai Tenkaichi 4. So yeah, this game could be absolutely generational, and of course you should care about it, because if you're a Dragon Ball fan like me, and even if you're not a Dragon Ball fan, it should be understandable and go without saying that this game will get you up to speed. If not, I wish other franchises like One Piece or Naruto kind of did, but I wish other franchises like Naruto, like One Piece or Attack on Titan had games like this. There was nothing like Budokai Tenkaichi, and now we get a fourth one. But thank you for watching this video. Thank you for lasting this long. Thank you for staying this long. If you stayed this long, please leave a like, please comment, please subscribe, join for more, watch another video. Why not? But like I was saying, everybody spread love, give inspiration in all you do, and peace out. Oh, you're Vegeta's son from the future. Oh, I didn't think you would be with Bulma, or something like that. I don't know.